We're talking to Miss Hester and Mr. Moss, and the issue is room in the inn. But of course, ladies, as our audience probably know now, that some of the things that we've been talking about are far beyond the room in the inn. Let's, Miss Hester, give you an opportunity to give our audience some information as to how they might be able to assist you and Mr. Moss in terms of financial assistance or whatever kind of assistance that they might be able to render to you.
Well, we always need, of course, financial assistance like everyone does, and in-kind goods. Things like toiletry items, the little hotel soaps, socks and underwear and clothing. But I think what's the most precious thing people can give is their time. And if we can build relationships with people, then those become the invitations for one to do something more with their life. And so we need volunteers in the congregations. They need more volunteers. We need more congregations to participate. And we also need volunteers to come down to the campus, especially to join our educational program. Everything from an art class to an AA meeting to how to read a blueprint so they're not a general laborer when they go to a job. I think there's a niche for everyone. Very good.
And of course, Mr. Moss, let's talk about the campus and some of the successes that you've had at the campus.
Well, we may not always measure success like other people do, because we think that intoxicated person that is brought to the guest house, if he stays and gets nourishing food and interaction with other people and is given a little bit of hope, and if he even goes back out the next day, and the next time he comes, maybe he'll stay another day, but every time he comes in, he gets more nourishment. And we see a lot of success with people that have been out there literally for years, and then all of a sudden they are going to stay, and they want treatment, and they go on. And actually, most of the guest house staff right now is, the staff that's employed came from the programs themselves. They're guys that came from the streets and are now over. They're the ones that do the shift coordinating. They're the ones that invite the other guests to be a part of the program and to rebuild their lives. And that statement alone, coming from someone that's been there, is tremendously powerful. But our other staff, we actually have people with master's level degrees, and we have people all the way down to the shift coordinator that never had anything but maybe a grocery store clerk. But and that's not to say that the other shift coordinators don't have degrees. We also have some that have, of those that have master's level. Our staff is, when you come to the campus and if you become staff, you won't last long if you don't fit. Because it is a very stressful job. You do get very close to people and they die, or they'll come to you that they've got a member of their family that's died, but maybe their family doesn't want them back home. But so you really literally become the family. But we have a lot of people that go on to complete their GED from the case management program for the alcohol and drug treatment programs. We have people that get into their own apartments, get back into successful jobs, and continue on with their life. And our congregations don't hear a lot of that, because if you get different people every night, if they take them just one night a week, and they may see different people every time they take them, they don't hear a lot of the success unless we get it out there. And I do think the campus itself needs to do a better PR of telling the successful stories and making it out there. But I think I got very close to several of the people over the years that I met from the very beginning. And we are seeing a lot of them that were first diagnosed with HIV/AIDS, that we've buried a lot of those in the last couple of years, that when 18 years ago when they came in, they just found out they had it. They didn't know what they really had or anything. But now we're seeing a lot of them die.
And so what we're saying here is that you are aware on the campus of this as a real problem, AIDS, and that some of the individuals that you're dealing with on the campus actually have this disease.
I think so, and I think anytime you work with any population, I know some people get afraid of TB. They think all of the homeless have TB and everything. I'll be honest with you, I think you're going to come up with somebody that can expose you to TB in your own congregation faster than you will the homeless. Room in the Inn requires that they have TB testing and everything before they come through the program. So they're actually healthy in that respect. But you have to remember, if you've been on the streets very long and you haven't had good nutrition and everything, and if you are an alcohol or drug user or an IV drug user, you're going to be exposed to everything, and sometimes they're not careful like they should be. So we do know that all of that is there, but I've been exposed to TB a couple of times, and I've never gotten it. I think sometimes you just go on and do what you got to do, and it works out. It's the people that come, I just don't know how to explain it. It's not like going to work.